The
So this
imposed-
FM moves tax on virtual assets.
Yes, yes,
This
this
is
was
about
very-
digital currency.
okay.
Hi
चल
sir.
रहा
बढ़िया sir. All good.
How are you,
all
sir?
good.
I'm good. I'm good. क्या चल रहा है?
So
So just trying to follow the budget.
Budget.
Economic survey and budget.
Why are you taking so much efforts when I'm going to come up with a video on that?
That's actually true, but we can't help being a part of DNS team. You're going to come up with this discussion in 3 days from now.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have been doing this since 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Why budget and economic survey is such an important thing from the perspective of civil services examination?
Yeah. If you look at the relevance of budget and economic survey, it has both direct and indirect relevance. When you look at the direct relevance, especially from prelims, if you have seen the previous year prelims questions,
Yes.
questions are repeatedly asked with respect to trends in macroeconomic indicators
For
such
sure.
as
Tax to GDP ratio.
tax to GDP ratio, GDP growth rate, trends in fiscal deficit, and so on.
Mhm.
So, if a student is going through budget and economic survey, such a student will be well equipped to handle all such questions.
For sure.
Apart from that, in mains, once again, directly questions are asked from budget and economic survey.
Yes.
The best example happens to be this year's mains. So
Yeah.
you must have seen that question,
Yes,
right?
yes,
That
sir.
about V-shaped economic
Economic.
recovery.
Yes.
That was a chapter
Chapter.
which was covered in the
Economic survey.
Yes.
Yes. And you covered it in great detail. in
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
And before that, in mains 2018, we had this question directly from the theme of union budget itself.
Yes.
So that is how it has direct relevance. As far as indirect relevance is concerned, prelims has become very conceptual in nature. So most of the students find difficulty in understanding those conceptual questions. So if students are going through budget and economic survey,
Yeah.
they will be able to link the current affairs part to the core part. So they will be able to have a much better grasp over the economic concepts, and they'll find prelims to be little easier.
Yeah.
And as far as the mains examination is concerned, you just have to look at the important themes, important focus of budget and economic survey. Based upon that, you'll get a fair idea as to on what questions can be expected in the mains examination.
For sure.
For example, last year, government gave a lot of push on infrastructure sector.
Yes.
And accordingly, this year means we had this question as to how infrastructure sector can give a fillip to inclusive growth and development in India.
And
So-
both these are part of the syllabus.
Yeah.
So exactly mapping to the syllabus.
Exactly mapping to the syllabus.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, I just wanted to ask, how should we approach the budget?
Yeah.
Like
That's
for
a-
UPSC aspirants?
That's a very relevant question.
Yeah. So when students actually approach budget and economic survey, most of the students focus only on the important highlights
Yes.
of the budget and
Yes,
economic
yes,
survey.
yes.
They just go through the gist
10
of
pages of just.
just
That's it.
That's it. And we know that that is not going to help in the
Yes.
prelims or the mains examination.
Yeah.
For example, let me substantiate this by an example. If the students have gone through the budget highlights, students will know that the government is giving a push for 100% chemical-free natural farming. People will know that.
Yes.
But do you think UPSC will ask you about this?
For
Never,
of
never,
course
never.
not.
UPSC could probably ask you a question as to in what way natural farming is different from the organic
Organic
farming.
farming.
This is very
Yeah.
conceptual in
Hmm.
nature.
Yeah.
Similarly, finance minister has announced that SEZ policy would be amended.
Yeah.
People will know about this,
Hmm.
but UPSC will ask you what are the features of SEZ, what are the challenges in SEZ, what can be done in order to promote the SEZs in India.
Yes.
So students, when they approach budget, they should not just go to the important highlights,
Yeah.
but I would say that they would have to have a 360-degree understanding about the initiatives. Only then they will be able to do justice to the syllabus.
So, sir, since this budget and economic survey looks like a very, very complicated thing from the perspective of a student, if you look at it.
Yeah.
So, how are we going to simplify, or how are you going to simplify this whole complicated budget and economic survey for the students?
I always keep telling the students that budget and economic surveys prepared purely from the perspective of Indian economy. It's not prepared from the perspective of students who are preparing for the UPSC examination.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So my way of simplifying budget and economic survey is to convert economic survey and budget into UPSC centric knowledge.
So, each important aspect will be categorized into
Prelims.
syllabus lines.
Yeah, yeah. So you must have seen most of the students have been watching our DNS.
Yes.
What we do in the newspaper,
Yeah.
we convert newspaper into UPSC centric knowledge.
sure.
The same thing we are going to do in the budget and the economic survey.
Yes.
Now,
That's
for
great,
example,
sir.
for example, let's say SEZ policy is to be amended.
Yes.
But UPSC is not going to ask you about just the initiative.
Sure.
But in mains examination, we could get a question as to why should India focus on export-led model?
Yes.
What are the challenges in the export-led model? What are the challenges in SEZ?
Or maybe recommendation of the committee of
Baba Kalyani Committee,
Kalyani
as
Committee.
rightly pointed out.
Yeah.
So these things become quite important. So
Yeah.
that is what we will be doing it. So the idea is to approach budget and economic survey purely from the perspective of the UPSC examination.
Perfect, sir. Perfect.
Initiatives will convert them into prelims based MCQs. We'll convert them into mains question for practice, and we will discuss all such things.
That will be
Perfect.
really awesome for students.
Perfect.
sir.
Yeah.
That will
So
be really awesome.
I must admit that we were not lucky when we were preparing, because we did not have Baswa sir to decode and simplify the budget economic survey for us. But you guys are lucky. So do tune into Rouse IAS YouTube channel, and there is a link in the description of the video where you can register for a free class without any charge to interact directly with Baswa sir and understand budget and economic survey directly from him. So stay tuned on YouTube channel for more updates.